Welcome back to the Old Iron Lever channel. This is the bending brake project, and this segment is about the hinge that hinges the base plate onto the bending leaf, and that's this piece right here, and there's two of them. Off camera I took a couple pieces of 1/2-inch steel and squared them up and cut them down to approximate size here, and also did a little layout work on them. We're making this piece here. There's going to be one on each side, and they're a mirror image of each other. The drawing shows the right hand one. There's a couple of 1/8-inch holes here that'll have a roll pin in it. There'll be a handle that runs an eccentric, and there'll be some stops for the handle. There's a slot here and two 1/4-inch bolt holes, and the slot will fit over the edge of the base, and the screws will be tapped into the side of the base to hold everything steady. There'll be a bushing in this big hole, and there'll be a this is the pivot, and then the bottom half of that turnbuckle comes into this hole, and then we also have a little oil hole coming in from the top. So we're going to set it up on the mill. We're going to indicate the mill in, or the tram it in right here and right here, and this intersection right here is going to be my 0 point. I'll do everything else off of the drawing, just kind of, it's sort of like you would with a, think of it like a CNC. You start at your origin, you move, you know, X and Y relative to that. Okay, we got this hinge. This is the piece of the hinge that goes on the base plate. Got it laid out and just roughed out with the saw. The holes are all spotted. Before I got the camera on, I drilled the two little holes that are going to be for an 1/8-inch roll pin that will serve as a lever stop that's going to run. The lever's going to run an eccentric that moves the basically moves the clamping fingers up and down. So we're ready to take on these two little holes right here. These are going to be the ones that actually mount the this plate onto the side of the base plate. So we're doing this. We zeroed our dial or our ZRO right on this corner right here, and we're going to make all of our measurements relative to that corner. So we're going to be 1/4 inch in and 549 up this way. So 540. 549. And 1/4 inch in. Okay, the next one is 1.5 inches. Same end from on the y-axis, but the x-axis will be 1.5 inches. Those are just clearance holes for the 1/4 inch bolts. Okay, the next one is 1412 from the x-axis and 1277 from the y-axis. Double check them, 1412 and 1277. That should put us right on this spotted hole, and it does. And these are just pilot holes. Okay, one more pilot hole, and then we can start switching around to the bigger bits for these two. Okay, this is the main bearing hole. It's actually going to be a bushing in there, a brass bushing. We're going to go 2535 by 724. Got a little looseness in the y-axis there. Two 535. We didn't want to stop on the 0. There we go. Well, now the other side of it. Okay. 724, 2535. That should put us right on this hole, and it does. That calls for a 15/16 hole, and since I'm going to be installing a bushing in there, I think I can just drill it to that size. I don't need to bore it to the exact size because I can make the bushing fit. Okay. Hopefully we got enough drill to handle this. There we go. If not, I'll put another bit in there and take another bite out of it. So slow this thing down all the way. Okay, and this one here, we're going to drill it with a slightly smaller than a 5/8, and then we'll ream it. Gotta grab the 5/8 reamer, double check it just to make sure it hasn't been reground or something. Yeah, we're spot on. Okay, let's see this reamer. Now this is a hand reamer, but I'm going to try to work it with chucking it. I don't know if it'll hold in the collet, but we'll give it a try. Crank her down good. One of the nice things about having a VFD is when I really want to slow it down, I can do that. So this is 660 RPM at 60 Hertz. And I can slow it down to 30 Hertz and be at 330 RPM. Okay, the last thing we need to do is cut our slot in here to basically give the edge of the base some place to line up with this. And it's a nominally a 350 thousandths slot. The top side of the slot is the critical look. It needs to be exactly right because it lines up the center of the big bushing hole, which gives us the nice alignment between the bending leaf and the base, so the hinge is right on the corner of those two. So, okay, that gives us an extra thousandth to play with. The other thing I need to do is go mic the edge of that because it's not real consistent and it might not be quite 350 thousandths. It's very close to 350 thousandths, so we'll shoot for 350. So this mill measures out at 315 thousandths. So I'm going to make a cut across here, and then I'm going to come back an extra 35 thousandths, and that should line us up, and then we'll have to go in 170 thousandths for our depth. Okay, we're just now starting to scratch a circle. Zero out to Z. Walk off at the end of this. Bring our speed up just a little bit. Okay, we're going to come across all the way into the bore of that bushing place there, and I'm going to take it about 50 thousandths at a time. Okay, now we're going to go 35, let's zero this. We're going to go 35 thousandths further this way. Okay, and that should finish up this cut. Okay, we're going to take it out and go check it on the side. If we have to, we can put it back in and just basically put it in the same position on the vise and take a deeper cut if that's what's required. And I'm going to have to deburr and clean it up a little bit, so I'll bring you back in a minute. Okay, it fits like a glove, so we have one operation left to do other than rounding the ends, which I'm going to do after everything's all said and done. This is saw cut, and I'll round that off when I get because a bunch of them all need to be rounded off. I'll get the rotary table in here and we'll set it up to do all that. But might as well set it up at once since the thing's kind of heavy. Gotta drill this hole all the way through, so I turned up the mill all the way. Broke it off. Broke the bit. That could be a problem. Basically I got, ½ inch, a little more of the drill bit broken off in the hole. It's a 1/16 of an inch drill bit. Of course it's high-speed steel and all that. So I'm lined back up again, and I've got a 1/4 inch carbide end mill in there. That's the smallest one I had. And so I'm going to mill down until I get clear of that broken drill bit. And then I'm going to cut a piece of 1/4 inch mild steel. And I may go ahead and drill a hole in it first, I don't know. Anyway, and then I'm going to seat it in the bottom of the hole and probably Loctite it in or something. So, and then that'll give me my my oil hole. So here we go. If this is a failure, I'll just cut it out of the video. Yes, real fast. So there's a new bit, and there's the broken bit, and a hole needs to be at least the difference of that thickness. We've got a little bit to go yet. Okay, we've got just a touch more to go. Better be a little too deep than a little too shallow on this one, because I want to make sure I get all the drill bit out of there. And I'm going to go just a touch just to be safe. Okay, we're well past the drill bit now. So, our next move is to cut a piece of 1/4 inch rod, glue it in there, and re-drill this thing. Sounds like fun, huh? Alright, well, we've got our we made a little 1/4 inch plug for this place where we bored out the broken drill bit, and Loctited it in. It's a bit of a press fit anyway. I'm just going to dust it off here so it's even with the top of that again, and then we'll go back and re-drill the hole again. So first thing we're going to do is touch off. Okay, we've got our little plug we made all faced off there, and we're ready to spot this and then drill a 1/16 inch hole again. Maybe we'll have better luck this time. Little tiny drill. I need to crank the speed way up on it. Okay, I think I'm all set. Nice thing about using a center drill is it's pretty straightforward to also make a little funnel at the top there for the 1/16 inch bit and the oil. time. Yeah, slow and easy. Thanks for visiting the Old Iron Lover channel and the series on the building of the bending brake. There are a number of episodes in this series, so please check back regularly. I'll try to post them about twice a week until they're all up, assuming I can keep up with the editing. So if you like it, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to make a comment that you think I'd like to hear, well, please add that. And if you haven't subscribed, that's always welcome too. Please subscribe. Until the next episode, happy trails.